why government services or engineering services specifically?
Your mentor or your guidance give you a direction in a particular field that you should read these particular subjects and you should devote. Right now I'm working in Indian Telecommunications Service as Assistant Director General in Department of Telecom, Ministry of Communications. So in our electronics and communication branch, some of the important subjects which carry most of the weightage in the GATE examination, I think this is analog electronics, digital.
How did you prepare for the GATE entrance exam?
Graduate aptitude test in engineering, I believe, test your basic concepts of engineering.
So did you apply in PSU also, or your aim was just to get the entry into the higher studies? You faced the All India rank 1 in the ISRO exam.
Engineering service examination when I wrote, at that time there was a paper for 3 days. I think first day there was a...
Hey everyone, so today in this video, I'm going to interview a special person. And why the special? Because the person has completed his B.Tech in EC, Electronics and Communication from a private college, and after that he got into M.Tech at IIT Delhi, and after that he got All India rank 1 in ISRO exam in 2015 and All India rank 13 in IES, that is Indian Engineering Services, and currently he is working as Assistant Director General. So who is that person? So the person name is Atul Joshi. So we are going to discuss with Atul that how he managed to got the entry into the M.Tech via GATE and how did he prepare for the ISRO and the IES. We are also going to discuss that what are the various career opportunities for the electronic and communication students in the current scenario. Okay. So let's welcome Atul Joshi and let's get benefited by his inspirational and motivational journey. So I hope you will actually like this video and see this video till the end, because you will actually get the quite a lot of motivation from his journey. So let's welcome Atul Joshi.
So welcome Atul. How are you?
Hi Dilip, I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, I am good. So welcome to our today's interview and thanks for being here with us. So let's start the interview with your brief introduction. So can you please introduce yourself, like what is your academic background and what is your current profession?
Yes, Dilip, right now I'm working in Indian Telecommunications Service as Assistant Director General in Department of Telecom, Ministry of Communications. And prior to this, I worked in Indian Railways, and I also had experience of working in private sector in Infineon Technologies. And coming to my academics, I had pursued my Masters in Technology M.Tech from IIT Delhi in Advanced Communication Engineering, and my B.Tech, my engineering in Electronics and Communications branch. Yes.
I want to ask, like, what was the motivation behind joining the engineering? Like, why did you thought that you should join the engineering?
Yeah, actually, that depends on the type of subject we choose during our +1 or +2. So as a teenager, I also did not have much of knowledge about the future, that what I had to do. But yeah, I had some inclination toward mathematics and the science, so I took mathematics field, PCM. And in the mathematics and the science field, you know that the option is for the engineering that most of the students preferred. So at that time, I wrote this, at that time it was IIEEE examination. So I wrote that. And as per my friends, knowledge from friends, colleagues in schools, so I wrote this examination, I prepared, and I got into the engineering.
Why government services or engineering services specifically? Is it the thing that you came to B.Tech and then you came with the idea that you have to join the government sectors? Like, what was the motivation behind joining the engineering services? Like normally people think that after completing their B.Tech they will join any MNC and so on. So like, why government services or engineering services specifically? What was the motivation behind joining this?
Yeah, you are very correct on this particular fact that people go for the MNCs, and the package is also very attractive there. But for my inclination toward engineering services, it did not come from the starting time of my engineering in my bachelor's. But after my bachelor's, I came to know that there is an exam called Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, which is called GATE. And through that, I wanted to go into some IIT I wanted to pursue my higher studies. So I wrote this examination and I went to IIT Delhi. When I went to the IIT Delhi, I came to know, okay, there is engineering service exam as well, which is a, a premier, or I should say the premier examination for the engineering graduates, which is being conducted in 3-4 fields only, and electronics and communication being one of them. So I thought, okay, I should also give a try, because my base was ready through the GATE examination, and I prepared for this exam as well, and I cleared the exam. And besides that, I also got into a private sector company, which is Infineon Technologies, and I had worked in the private sector for quite some time. And you have asked that why there is that you have choose to work for the government. The inclination for the government service is, okay, to be the part of the policy making and to be the part of the to the serving to the people directly. So this is how that I thought, okay, I should also go to the government service. And so I have a mixed experience of working in private as well as government. Yes.
Let's start with your journey from the GATE, that is the entrance exam for the M.Tech. So, like, how did you prepare for the GATE entrance exam? Like, did you took the coaching, or it was like self-study? And like, what was your whole preparation technique or strategy?
Graduate aptitude test in engineering, I believe, test your basic concepts of engineering and your hold into the subject, that how much you have studied and how much you are able to apply it to the application. So throughout my studies and throughout my engineering, I consider myself that I had given ample of time to the subjects, and I had devoted my attention to the learning the subjects, because I knew that I had to go into this field only. So that's why throughout the 4 years of my engineering, I had studied the subjects in details. I have taken help from my college teachers and the professors, and they have helped me throughout clearing my doubts and any queries. So that's why I never felt any need of coaching or any other materials, and because I had already made notes from my classroom studies. So with that only, I had studied throughout my examinations or the competitions. So I just carried those notes, and there was coaching. I did not think that I needed at any point of time. So this is how I proceeded with my preparation. Yes.
So it may happen, I think, for some of the people, they have to take the coaching, like if they are not so much confident, like they need mentorship or guidance. So, like, what is your stand on this? Like,
Yeah, definitely, a mentor or a guidance. Actually, the syllabus for any competitive exam today is very vast, I should say. Then your mentor or your guidance give you a direction in a particular field, that you should read these particular subjects and you should devote more time to this. Okay, this may not be asked. So that kind of direction can be provided by the mentor. But until and unless I think a person has to do the self-study and the application part of the subject, that how we have to apply it to the real life problems or the problems given in the exam, that comes from inside, that okay, I have studied this and I have to apply this for the application. So definitely, if coaching is provided, it will make your hard work easy, and you get a direction that where you should move. So if provided, then a person should take coaching as well. Yes.
according to you, like, if some aspirant of the EC branch is preparing for the GATE exam, then what are the important subjects that he should take care of while preparing for the GATE? Or it is like he should prepare for all the subjects thoroughly, or some of the important subject are there also in the EC branch?
Yeah, as you have asked about the electronics and communication, but rather I will say that for any particular branch, you should have the clear understanding of the syllabus being provided by the, for the GATE examination. So there are a number of subjects. There are, I think, 11 or 12 subjects that are being asked in the GATE examination. So I think a person needs to give the each and every subject's equal importance, because you never know that from which particular subject they will ask question in more numbers. So if you are leaving one particular subject and there are the questions of there are 7-8 marks question from that subject, then you are lagging behind from the other aspirants who have been studying and who have studied that particular subjects. So in our electronics and communication branch, some of the important subjects which carry most of the weightage in the GATE examination, I think this is analog electronics, digital electronics, there's signals and systems, there is electromagnetic theory, there's microprocessors, and like this there is some part of microwave as well. And and there is control system, if I missed it. So these are the subjects which one has to master to pass this exam. And in fact, if some particular topic is written in the syllabus, a person should have the understanding of that as well, because the competition is very tough. And until unless a person is not completing the syllabus, then he can't get that particular confidence. Okay, I'm in the race to compete with other aspirants who have completed the syllabus and who have done practice tests as well.
So sometimes it happens like we get stuck at some point of time in some of the question, so we are not able to get the answer. So like, what is the best way to attempt any question when you are preparing for the first time? Like, you are not giving any test, but you are preparing for the concept. So like, sometimes what we do is like, we just want to get the answer in 1 minute or 2 minutes. So we just flip the book and we get the answer from the solution that are behind the book. So like, what is your suggestion? Like, if we are understanding concept for the first time, what is the best way to attempt the question or to understand the question?
As you have asked about the answers to that, how to find the answers, this is what I have told, that if you have the thorough understanding of the concept, sometimes just by looking into the question and the options are there, through looking at the option only, you will identify, okay, this cannot be the answers because of your understanding. So if that kind of confidence you have and that kind of concept clarity in your mind is there, so then only you will come to understand. And how to get this concept clarity? By attempting more and more questions from one particular concept. That, like, you have studied some questions like from I'm from electronics and communication branch. So if you know that there is a Nyquist plot in control system, so you know that, okay, type 1 systems will have the Nyquist plot like this, type 2 have like this, type 3 have like. So you know that, okay, these are the particular standard designs or standard structure of the Nyquist plot. So if such kind of a structure is given to you, and in the examination they are asking find the transfer function for which the Nyquist plot is this. So if you have the clarity of the concept, by looking into the option itself, you will come to know. You need not to find what are the crossover frequencies. This is a concept in the control system. So that will come through the clarity in the understanding concept, as well as thorough practice, again and again practicing the same concept through multiple questions. So this is how I think a person should proceed while preparing for GATE examination. A person, what they can do, that I will suggest aspirant, that if for each particular subject, because we have to cover 10 to 12 subjects, you will make just a small diary or small notebook of some 20 to 30 pages only. And if you come across some important concept, just mark it there, because when we go through the notes or when we go through the books, it's not every time that, okay, there are some exceptions to some particular concept. There are some of the most important points you should know. Then that particular small notebook, you should write your formulas that you need to know. That, like I told you, the Nyquist plot, that, okay, in one page only you know this is for the type 1, this is for type 2. With this kind of strategy and this kind of preparation, it will be easy to cover the syllabus in the minimum amount of time, and you can revise that just before the exam.
Those revision notes will act as like review notes, right?
Sure.
Okay, great. So like, after you wrote this GATE exam, so what was your you can say all India rank and the GATE score? And the one important question is, when did you complete your B.Tech, and like, when did you give this GATE exam?
Yeah, I have completed my engineering in 2012. At that time only, I wrote this GATE examination. Though my percentile was high and my GATE score was also well, but I was not getting my branch of my choice in the premier IITs like IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay. So I wrote it again in the 2013. And at that time, I got All India rank 166. And my GATE score was around 875, which is considered, a satisfactory score to get into the IITs at that time. Rank of under 300 will fetch you a seat in premier IITs or the old IITs. So through that only I went to IIT Delhi, and consequently I got admission into I got selected in other IITs as well based on the GATE score. But based on my choice of branch, which is Advanced Communication Engineering, I went to IIT Delhi and I pursued my master's from there.
Many of the people apply into the PSU also through this GATE score. So did you apply in PSU also, or your aim was just to get the entry into the higher studies through this GATE score?
Yeah, when I got my GATE result, and simultaneously you have to apply to different IITs or the for the higher studies or the other institutions. Meanwhile, there is also vacancies in the PSUs and where they recruit the engineers through the GATE score. At that time, to be on the safer side, I had applied to for PSUs as well. And luckily, through this particular score, I got call from a number of PSUs or the government institutions. Like I got call from Bhabha Atomic Research Center for the scientist, and after that there was a call from DRDO for Scientist B, and I got call from Bharat Electronics Limited, a company, and also there were vacancies from Delhi Metro Rail Corporation for the assistant managers. So through that, I think a person having a good GATE score can go to PSUs as well as they want, if they can go for the higher studies. But I was very much clear in my mind that I will get admission in the IIT Delhi or Bombay or Kanpur. I'll go for my higher studies, and subsequently I got admission in IIT Delhi in Advanced Communication Engineering.
So how was the environment at IIT Delhi? Like we get many assignment deadline projects at IITs. So like how did you manage all those things?
Yeah, there are the definitely there are pressure on the specifically on the PhD or the master's students in the IIT, because they have to do the dissertation and the thesis, and there are the minor projects as well as major projects at that time, and you have to meet the deadline of the assignments as well. But I will say that bearing this, there is no other work to us. We are getting world-class infrastructure, we are getting good foods, we are getting recreational activities, we are getting extracurricular time for the extracurricular activities. So I never felt that these as the burden on my studies. Rather, I enjoyed, in the hostel with my colleagues and peers to solve difficult questions and difficult assignments. That how we can, it enhance your analytical thinking capability. That okay, how you have to proceed your understanding to apply in the application. So that is what I have learned during my stay in the IIT Delhi, and I still, remember and cherish those days.
I think yeah, like if they are giving you the good training, that will be beneficial or fruitful in the long run. So I think that's why they are you can say they are IIT, because they are providing the good you can say training, okay, in terms of assignment projects, right?
Yeah, I will say that they will train you like this. Okay, within one night you can do wonders. That if you have some deadline approaching, and within one night you can within one night you can do assignments, you can do projects, you can do coding, you can do multiple things. So this is how the institutions make you adaptive and resilient to the need of the organization in the future where you are working on. So this is how that I think these kinds of learning will come then when extra pressure is being put on the student or a research scholar, that you have to attain particular target in particular duration of time. So this will definitely come into the character, and this will come into the personality, that okay, whatever timeline will be given to you, you will adhere to it, and you will give your extra efforts to attain that particular fiat or to that target in the prescribed time. So this is what I learned.
Many times I have heard from the people like they say ki in IITs the professors are not so much reachable to the students, or sometimes like there is a like professional type of environment between the students and the professor. So what is your uh, what do you want to say? How did you feel the environment with respect to this?
I never felt that my professor was not reachable or I could not approach them for my queries, but they were always available, whether it was a weekend. That even I had the contact number of a professor. Even right now, if I have some query, I used to connect with my professor, who is my guide, who was my guide at that time. But today also we are connected through WhatsApp, through Facebook, and through calls as well. So that depends. But in IIT Delhi, I did not feel any such kind of scenario what you have just told or you just described. I find that the professors were very down to earth, and they are ready to solve the queries of the students. And secondly, they used to set the hard paper to enhance the ability of the individual or the student. So that is what I like in them. Okay, this professor is, he keeps on thinking multiple times. Okay, I have to set the papers so much tough that these people should not, able to answer the query. But on that part, the student also has to think that this is the professor who is going to set the tough paper. So I have to complete all my assignments. So I have to complete my understanding, and I have to revise the concept. I have to complete the book. So in both way, you understand each other, then that both will complement each other. So I think with that, the learning will happen, and as an individual, you progress. So this is what I have. I think in the IIT, my professors were very much approachable, and I learned a lot of things from them.
So, okay, Atul, the next question is, like in the private college, normally the scenario is the faculty, or there is a, you can say, department who prepares the student for the placements. Like the companies come and students are trained according to their technical skill, or for the, you can say, aptitude related stuff. So is there any, you can say, department, or is there any like committee who prepares the students in the IIT Delhi also for the, you can say, placement, or students have to prepare by themselves?
Yeah, definitely. There is a department, or I should say that there is a wing which is called Training and Placement Cell. But I don't think that they are training like personality development or any other what you had said, that in particular domain. But they just invite the different companies and the corporate to the college in the IIT Delhi. And I think this starting of the session, that the third semester for the masters and the final year for the bachelor's engineering students, from the starting itself, this training and placement work starts. Like you upload your resume, and there are the number of list of the companies which are going to visit the campus, and they will schedule their date of examination, written examination. Okay, we'll conduct this written examination on this particular date. So based on that training and placements, you will come to know, okay, these are the particular companies. So there is no kind of coaching or no kind of classes like personality development, which generally happens in some of the private colleges. In IIT Delhi, there's nothing like that. But based on the individuality, or based on the understanding, a person try to prepare for the type of company he want to sit, because there are a number of companies. There are the companies from the which need a programmer. There is a company who need a consultant. There is a company who needs scientists. There is a company who need electronics and communication engineer, who need a wireless engineer. So there are the number of companies, and an individual has to prepare that, okay, I want to go for this company, so I should prepare. A set of companies will be there, not a single one. Like I had prepared a lot for the communication engineering, like wireless communication and data communication, that what are the different protocols when we transfer data from one place to other, like data communication and networking, and what are the frequency ranges is, and how to transfer data from how to do the data error correction and error checking. So these are some of the points which attracted me, and I worked on that, and based on that I got placement in the company.
I wonder on one thing, like you fetched the All India rank 1 in the ISRO exam, and you like prepared for the engineering services also, and you got the 13th All India rank in this engineering services. So how did you manage the M.Tech at that too at IIT Delhi with all these, you can say, assignment and all pressure, I would say? You prepared for the ISRO, you prepared for the engineering services. So what is your, you can say, secret behind managing all these things? How did you like manage? And what was the motivation behind giving the ISRO exam and the engineering services?
When I entered into the IIT Delhi, that I knew that I have to prepare and I have to write the engineering service examination, because I told that it is a premier examination being conducted by UPSC specifically for the engineers, and in the electronics and communication branch also it is being conducted. So I thought, okay, I should also write this examination. And through my GATE preparation itself, I have thorough understanding of concepts of all the subjects which I have studied during my engineering. And when I took the syllabus for the engineering examination, I came to know, okay, more or less 80% of the syllabus of the GATE and the engineering service examination at that time was same. So with that thinking in my mind, that I decided to, okay, for this particular exam, I need not to give much or extra effort, but okay, 20% of the syllabus which is out, which I don't know, I'll just read that. And that can be manageable with my IIT Delhi studies. I think I had never compromised with my studies in masters, and I got good grades as well by the end of my degree. And so with that only, with whatever I had studied in the past, I just revised that, and I studied 20% of the extra syllabus during my weekends, or some of the time when I get free time from my college, or there are some mid-semester break or end semester break. So with that, I completed all this subjects, and I wrote ISRO examination during my masters only, and engineering service examination during my masters only. And by the end of my masters, I had the results for both the examination, that I qualified both. So this is how I proceeded.
So, Atul, what is the process of the ISRO exam? Like, what are the different parts that we have to complete before we get the final, you can say, selection in the ISRO?
Yeah, ISRO examination. Actually, this is examination for scientist C in ISRO, which is a group A gazetted post by Government of India. For that, engineering graduates from electronics and communication has to appear in the written test. And I think at our time there was 80 questions in the exam, and each question was of 3 marks, and there was negative marking as well of 1/3 marks. So first, an individual has to clear the cutoff of cutoff is not decided, but based on the number of the application and number of the seats, I think they call in some particular ratio. So with that, this is just a cutoff, or it's a kind of preliminary stage, but your selection will 100% depends on the interview that is being taken by a board of scientists. And as I remember, there are, I think, 9 scientists of ISRO who used to sit for the interview in the interview board.
Committee.
Yeah, and it's being touted as the one of the toughest interview board for the engineers in the India. So there are 8 or 9 scientists, and you have to write answers or whatever they used to ask, to design some filters, to design some constellation, to design a receiver, and they give you a marker and they give you a board. So in the board only you have to write, so that all of the 9 panel members have to analyze you, that okay, you have the understanding of the concept and you are writing it correctly. So and they also check your quick wit as well, that how quickly you take decisions on particular, and you can take the decisions quickly on when you have the clear concepts. So they check whether you are getting, your confidence level is high or not. So based on that, this ISRO exam go, and based on interview only, 100%, whatever marks you got in the interview, based on that merit will be made, and as per the number of the vacancies, top candidates will be taken by the ISRO.
Okay, so accordingly, Atul, what is the process for the IES, that is engineering services?
Engineering service examination, when I wrote, at that time there was a paper for 3 days. I think first day there was a GS paper, second day there is objective questions of actually the syllabus has been divided into 2 parts, paper 1 and paper 2. So objective paper in the morning and objective in the evening, and then third day there is a subjective paper for the same subjects. But right now the pattern has changed, and there is a preliminary exam, then there is mains exam, then there is the interview. So in the I'll just talk about the current scenario, that in the preliminary exam there is 2 exams. One is called the general ability, where all the engineering subjects, like for the like some part of the mechanical, some part of the basic electrical, some part of general studies get covered. And in the paper 2 of the prelims, a person was checked on his particular or her particular subject. Like I am from electronics and communications, so paper will be based on the ECE subjects only. So based on these 2 papers, the cutoff will be decided, and the paper person will be allowed to write mains examination. In the mains examination, there will be again 2 exams of 300 and 300 marks each, where the subjective paper and subjective answers you have to write. There will be numericals, there are the definitions, and based on that 2 papers an individual has to write. And now prelims and the mains, these 2 will be clubbed together, and the merit will be made for calling candidates for the interview, and based on the interview marks, the final merit will be made of prelim, mains, and interview, and the final selection is declared by the UPSC. So this is how the exam goes this time. Yes.
After the selection, like just to know ki, so there is a training part also in the engineering services after you get the like final you can say posting.
Yeah, you know what, in the engineering service examination, it is a apex examination to recruit engineers in the gazetted A post in the government of India. Like you get people get posted from electronics and communication branch. There is Indian Radio Regulatory Service, there is Indian Telecom Service, there is Indian Ordnance Factory Service, there is junior telecom officers in Department of Telecom, and there are many other services. Actually, there are Indian Navy service, armed Navy service as well, and so earlier there was railway service as well, but now they are being recruited through the Indian Railway Management Service, and which is taken by the civil services. So based on this, different ministries recruit engineers in Group A post in their ministry, and based on that, there are the trainings. I think minimum 1 year training is being given to all the selected candidates. Minimum 1 year. It varies from 1 year to 2 years in some of the ministries and the departments. And having completed the training, the individual is posted into a particular field unit or into the ministries or into the departments units. So this is how the process follows.
So Atul, you completed M.Tech from prestigious college, that is IIT Delhi. Then you completed your ISRO with All India Rank 1, then IES. So it was like a inspiring journey, like from a private university to, you can say, like B.Tech from a private university to the government services, and that too at the reputed, you can say, post, that is the engineering services. So I hope our viewers have got a good learning, or they have got a good motivation that yes, the EC people, they can also have the good future. Why I'm saying, Atul, is like, and the next question is also related to this. Like in the current scenario, what is the what I have felt is like CS student, they are getting the good opportunities, but what I have like experience is EC people says, or EC students say that they are not getting the good opportunities in terms of career opportunities. So can you please tell us what can be the career opportunities for the EC people also in the current scenario, and how should they grab those opportunities?
I don't feel that you have said that there is not or there is the diminishing opportunities for the electronics and communication students. I never felt this in the past as well, and neither in the present scenario, because what I think that as the technology is advancing in the today's world, and we are coming to the 5G, that is 5th generation of the telephony, and with that we have the evolution of the other fields, like there is Internet of Things, there is machine to machine learning, and these are predicated somewhere on the electronics and communication branch itself, because everything starts with the silicon chip, everything starts with the transistor, everything has to do with the communication, everything has to communicate with each other, so that it depends on the electronics and the communication. So as you have asked about the different avenues and different futuristic opportunities for the electronics and communication engineering, I think that after completing the graduation, if a person is writing the GATE exam, then they can go to different specialized field of electronics and communication. Like there is advanced communication engineering, you can go to VLSI, that is very large scale integration. Then a person can go to RF, radio frequency, that is there is a separate department for that. And if a person has to go to some interdisciplinary branch, then it can go to ICT as well. Okay, so an electronics and communication engineer can go to a verified or the diverse field of specialization, and based on that they can grab the opportunities in the corporate sector. There are the companies like Qualcomm who are doing the chip design. There's Intel, there is Infineon Technologies, and there is NXP Semiconductors. So a number of companies are working in the field of the electronics and communication domain. There is Texas Semiconductor, and there is Taiwan Semiconductor. So they all have their offices in India as well. And if a person wants to go for working abroad as well, there is the opportunity. So this is a part when a person is pursuing the master's, getting a specialization and getting placed in such companies. On the other hand, if a person wants to go to the government sector as well, then that can also happen, that if you have got very good rank in the GATE examination, there are the PSUs who are recruiting electronics and communication engineers. There's NTPC or ONGC, there is Steel Authority of India Limited, and there's Bharat Electronics Limited, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited, that is BHEL, and further there are vacancies through GATE in DRDO, okay, Ministry of Defense. So I think if a person is not able to perform well in the GATE, again they can write the examination of other government sectors like ISRO. I have told ISRO have conduct different examination. Bhabha Atomic Research Center conduct different examination, online examination, like NPCIL, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, conduct different examination. There is patent office examination for electronics and communication engineer. So if you look around, you have the ample of opportunities. So if a person wants to go for the specialization, based on that they can get work in the, and they can perform better in the MNC. And if you want to go for the government sector as well, there are the number of opportunities that a person can grab. But then the basic requirement is that you have to master the subject. So that is what is needed. Opportunities are there, and you just have to fetch them, and you just have to gain the confidence to fetch these opportunities.
Quite motivating answer. Like by, you can say, by this answer I got to know, like, yeah, we have lot of opportunities. Like simply get the good grasp of the subjects, or you just prepare for the GATE exam. Either you do not want to go for the, like, you can say, higher studies, then just apply the PSU and get the good opportunities. Yeah, the simple, you can say, simple pathway can be this thing. So yeah, like we have a lot of opportunity for the EC people also. I think in the every field there are a lot of opportunity. The thing is, like, we have to be focused in our studies, and we have to, like, face big opportunities. So, and we should be optimistic that yes,
Sure.
there are a lot of opportunities. We have to grab. Okay, great. So Atul, we have got a, you can say, a good inspiration from you, and I hope our viewers have also got a good inspiration, and they have quite got a good motivation that yes, a EC person from his, you can say, BTech, how he came to the IES, and what are the different do's and don'ts that he should take care of the things. Okay, so Atul, thank you for being with us, and hope to see you again with newer and lot more experience. So thank you, Atul. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, Dilip, for arranging this session for me. And as you have been asking for quite a long time, that I'm very thankful to you for providing this opportunity to interact with you. And I would like to tell my viewers as well that Dilip was my college mate as well, and he has been a constant source of inspiration. His hard work also inspired me to do more and more in the life. And we are good friends, and still we are attached to each other. So this is how your friendship grows, and this is how you're being a friend, you support each and every you support each other. Okay, so this is what is needed, that make good friends, take inspirations from them, and do your best, and take support from your friends and your teachers, your whoever comes to your life, that takes some inspiration from them, and to do better and better. So I would say that there should be a goal, and we should work harder to achieve that. Thank you very much, Dilip, for this.
Thank you, Atul.
So yeah, this was all about this video. So do let me know in the comment section that what are the different other topics on which you want to have the interview, or you want to have the session from my side or from the other person. I will surely make those videos. You can list down those suggestions in the comment section below, and do let me know that how you like this video, and please give a thumbs up to this video, and also comment your views in this video. Do share and subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon for further notification of the such videos. So till now, So if you want to have more such videos on the some other topics, you can list down those topics or the suggestion in the comment section below, and I will surely make those videos. So yeah, do like, share this video and share your such. So yeah, this was all about this video. So yeah, do like this video and share this video among your friend also, so that they also get the motivation to pursue their dreams in their life. So yeah, till then, so yeah, do like, share this video and comment on this video, and also subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification of such inspirational and the related content videos. So see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.